when two waves run into each other, they do not bounce off, they just superpose. If the superposition results in a larger pulse, we call it constructive interference. If the superposition results in a smaller pulse, we call it destructive interference. So is there any law governing how the resultant pulse look like? There is. It's called the principle of superposition, which basically says we just add up the displacements. Alright, let me use an example to illustrate. So we have this pulse, triangular pulse traveling rightward, and we have this another pulse, and this one is in red, propagating leftward. So 1 unit of time later, they'll get closer to each other, and we give it another unit of time, and then they start to overlap. So this part here, right, the two waves are overlapping. So what is the resultant of this superposition? So the principle says we are going to sum up the displacements. So the blue's displacement at this point is 2 units, and the red's displacement is 0. 2 plus 0 is 2, so the resultant is here. Let's consider this position here. I have a positive 1 and a negative 1, so the resultant is a 0, right? And here I have a blue's displacement of 0 and red's displacement of negative 2, so the resultant is negative 2. So the summation of this blue displacement and the red displacement is actually this. So let me complete the rest of the pulse. Alright, let's continue. So we give it another unit of time. Now we have overlapping of the two pulses here, right? So again, we're going to sum up the displacements. So this time round, I have a positive displacement this way and a negative displacement this way. So the result is a flat 0. Because I have positive 1 and negative 1, I have positive 2 and negative 2, and so on. On this side, I have the blue pulse and the red pulse having both are having positive displacements. So the resultant pulse is going to be double. So I have a plus 2 and a plus 2, that's why I get a plus 4, right? I have two positive ones here, so I get a positive 2. So this is what the resultant pulse look like. Give it another unit of time later. Now they're starting to separate, so now we only have this part that's overlapping. So what does this look like? This red line added on to the blue line is going to be this. Okay, and give it another unit of time. The two pulses have separated. They are no longer overlapping. And so realize that after superposition, we expect the two pulses to go back to the exact same pulse they were before the interaction, which is pretty cool, right? Now, just want to highlight something in case it's not obvious to you yet. Displacement is a vector. That's why it's possible for two displacements to cancel each other out. So when the displacement are of opposite signs, they actually cancel out. When they are of the same sign, you get a larger pulse than before. In real life, it's probably difficult to get pulses which are so sharp, so angular, so edgy. But I'm using this just for illustration. All right, so that's all there is to the principle of superposition. Ta-ta!